stars, no gods, so bright that you can't even see me. When I open my mouth, you blinded like I got a mouth full of gold teeth. We cut them up, then we let them know. Building them up, they go wide and show. And then good, we ain't no more. We stomped his ass right through the flow. 12 tries, I'm calling out. Yelling repent with a big shot. Time to realize that you've been sodomized with all the lies. First we go. Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. There we go. Build them up, build them up. Yeah, there we go. Break them down, break them down, break them down. Here we go. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. There we go. Build them up, build them up, build them up. There we go. Break them down, break them down, break them down, break them down. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Propaganda, black and white scriptures, no panda. If you see laws in the stanza, put your hands up if you're ready to man up. Better know of your obligation, then stop with the little boy conversation. And know when the spirit of observation ain't clear. We the men that's gonna put the scripts in your ear. Oh my God, did he just cut them up? Nah, bruh, them laws that them bleeding. Did that sister just go cover up? Nah, bruh, them laws just all hit out. Precept upon precept, building that on me, boy. Effect of the end, Babylon will be destroyed.
Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. There we go. Build them up, build them up. Yeah, there we go. Break them down, break them down, break them down. There we go. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. There we go. Build them up, build them up, build them up. There we go. Break them down, break them down, break them down, break them down. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Okay, we hold our own ground. In the valley of these dry bones, got warriors all around me, ready to cut him down with one stroke. He needs some life insurance. He get cut with every word we quote. Tell Esau, bring that beef. I give up eating pork a long time ago. These dudes act like they really bold and talk deep, like they really know, but we cut them deep till they hit his soul and his eyes up, cause he lost control. That's Gideon's army part 2 in Joshua 6. Coming soon, we cut him up till he turn to soup and build him up till his body's blue.
Here we go. Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. There we go. Build them up, build them up. Yeah, there we go. Break them down, break them down, break them down. There we go. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. There we go. Build them up, build them up, build them up. There we go. Break them down, break them down, break them down, break them down. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Heavenly Father, it's Lil Abba, asking for a sip of water. Juice was low, can I get your charger? I hate to fall like I'm sick of August, and I'm grateful that you made me sharp like a...
Shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom. It's Michael Israel here. And as you can see, the title of the show is Diversities of Gifts. It's a place where I got the title from was 1 Corinthians 12, which we're going to be reading at verse 4. It says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. So we're going to be discussing that, and it's definitely going to be, make sure it's edifying. I'm just getting everything up and running here on my end. Yeah. So shalom, Brother Marcus. Shalom, Chanel Dickens. Shalom, sis. And Brother Marcus put, been thinking along this line of thought of diversity of gifts as of late. Yeah, exactly. Me too. And I think it's a hot topic, especially when you see the way I'm going to approach it. I think it's something that it's important we discuss. So, yeah, with that said, one of the, let me see if I can pull this picture up here. All right. So, all right. There we go. Got my picture up that I was trying to get up. But yeah, so like I said, we're discussing diversity of gifts. I realize this is a big topic, especially when you'll see why when I really begin to go into it. But let's see. Just trying to get everything set up here correctly. Okay. So we're good. All right. But yeah, it's a big topic. And I see it's something that really needs to be spoken on. And it's diversity of gifts. So I have a picture here, a graphic, and it's the body of Christ, or the body of Yahusha. And, you know, you see they have different sizes and types of gears, different colors, all that in different places, you know, that make up what? A whole body. And I just put that up there because it's just kind of a good model of, you know, of that diversity. Okay. Shalom, Sister Badadiah. Brother Marcus put, I see a convergence happening where we see that we are interdependent of each other in all areas. Right on point, bro. Right on point. And there's no getting around it, you know. There's no getting around it. And that's something I had to realize myself recently, you know what I'm saying? It's like I put the word I pulled the definition of that word up, interdependent. It means of two or more people or things dependent on each other. Okay? So interdependent, absolutely. Because what? This is a team sport. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that. All right, let me see. Okay. What's going to happen with that? Yep. I'm just making sure everything is up and running correctly. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. We're going to get started. I'm just making sure I have everything going correctly. All right. So, Shalom, Chosen One. Good to see you on there. From New Zealand. Wow. Awesome, man. Ontario. Okay, so awesome. We got somebody watching all the way from New Zealand. That is amazing. Brother Marcus put, we all have a critical piece of the puzzle, and in order to see the picture, we all have to contribute. That's right. And let's talk about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by reading. We're going to read a good chunk of this. And this is, and I'll pull it up here so y'all can see it. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12. We're going to start at verse 1. It says, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Okay? And that's applicable to today. We get caught up in this culture, this revised Roman Empire culture that they have today, our people are carried away with that type of thinking. Okay, the type of thinking that this culture encourages, which is like division and putting one against another and not coming together. That's why in the Hebrew community, a lot of people, including myself, bring over that mindset of the me versus you, or oh well, this is different, so we can't. You know what I'm saying? It's the deception is so all-encompassing, widespread, and most of all, subtle and deceptive that you don't realize it's there till you really begin looking at things. Hey, Bad Diet, what's going on in Florida? You said, what do I think about what's going on here in Florida? I need to apparently start watching the daggone news. What's happening here in Florida? Better Die. Let me know. Type that in there. You talking about that bomber guy, the bomb dude? Let me know what's going on in Florida. Because I need to start. I downloaded a news app so I could start being informed. Because I realized some dude was mailing bombs out to everybody. And I hadn't heard a thing about it. So I need to stay up on things better. So that's what I'm going to start doing. But anyway, so it says, let me go back. They think the mail bomber was from there. Yeah. So that the mail bomber is just and what I did see government said, I look real fast with that mail bomber. The best way I would put that is the best way I would put that is sign of the times. You know, this as I put it to you like this: the more we begin to unify, come together, walk in the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments as a nation, as a Hebrew nation, as the chosen seed of the Most High, the more we come into this, when we come up, all these other nations come down. And like all you have to do is just look around at like the heroin epidemic and the divisiveness in the government. You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, these elections are getting ready to get ugly. Like I told y'all, the next election cycle, because the people who, they call it marketing strategies and figuring out how to get you politically motivated or whatever you want to call it, but the Bible calls it wizardry and witchcraft. So as they figure out how to manipulate people emotionally with these elections to get them to vote, come out, which they're going to use, it's going to be race, then you're going to see crazier stuff. People are going to be dying. So this mail bomber guy who's mailing bombs out to people, it looked like he was mailing them out to liberal people. So, you know, it just signs of the times, you know. People, and it's like, it don't matter who you get in here, the same agenda is going to get pushed. And that's why, you know, be in it, but not of it. I don't get all caught up in it. I read the news headlines, but no, it's real. People are really getting demonically possessed and doing things. Like, most people are demonically possessed. And you're out there, I heard a good lesson on it. Somebody was teaching on when you're doing something that you don't want to do, but you keep doing it, that's coming from the spirit world. And sorcery is a way of doing that. Sorcery, what? Drugs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that ties into all that. All right, so our brother from New Zealand put He put, I am not a scholar, brother. I have only been awoke to this. My generation has suffered all the curses. So I guess when I read the Bible, the Spirit spoke to me. That's good. That's good. And this is a good place. And I'm going to actually be talking about another brother that'd be a good place for you to go study under. Also, one of my brothers that me and him are going to be doing a lot of stuff together here soon. Yeah, we'll be talking about that soon, though. All right. There we go. Make sure I don't miss anything here. Okay. So, yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to continue reading this scripture, though. All right. We are going to continue with the script, breaking it down. All right. So it says, yea, now know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Wherefore give you to understand that no man speak by the Spirit of God calleth Jesus accursed, and that no man can say that Jesus is the Lord but by the Holy Ghost. Now, and this is the meat of what I wanted to talk about. It says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit of words of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit. So, and then it goes on with the gifts and stuff like that. And that's where I kind of want to stay at is, and again, that's 1 Corinthians chapter 12. We kind of started from the beginning, read up to about verse 8. But what I wanted to say is, okay. So Steve asks, do I know of any brothers or sisters in Delaware where we could get immersed? Yes. Let's see. Delaware. Delaware. I know William Majors Brown. He just started. So what you need to do is reach out to, go on Facebook and reach out to a brother named Kevin Waters. Brother Steve, let me know if you are on, Brother Kevin, I'm sorry, Brother Steve, let me know if you are on Facebook. If you are, you could just go to, you could go to, you can reach out to Brother Kevin Waters, because you're real close to Maryland. So, you know, and I know they're based over there. You can reach out to that brother. And then also they got the, okay. So another sister, I tell you, sister, I'm in Delaware. I fellowship with the Ark of New Jersey. So, Sister Chanel, so hold on. I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you what to do. Sister Chanel, are you trying to figure out how to link y'all up. Sister Chanel, let me know if you are on, if you're on YouTube. Sister Chanel, go to YouTube, go to my Spiritual Combat page, and go in the live chat on there. And Brother Steve, go to my Spiritual Combat page and go to the live chat on there. Because right now you're on Ugos. And Sister Chanel will identify herself, and y'all can figure something out up in there. Okay. Well, no, one brother's on Facebook and another brother is on YouTube. One sister's on Facebook. The sister's on Facebook. The brother is on YouTube. So they're gonna have to. But what you need to do is go on YouTube and look up Kevin Waters, or if you're on YouTube, look up Boom Church William Majors Brown, and he can put you down with that church. If you're closer to Virginia, Richardson Kelly is there, so you can link up with him also. Okay, so just reach out to me if you need to. I'm gonna start putting my email address up here. So just let me know. Let me know. Let me go to and that's important. It's important for us to link up. It absolutely is. So know of any connection? So okay, somebody else has. Do I know of any connections in North Virginia, in the North Virginia area? Is that if the North Virginia area is Richmond, Virginia, that'd be Richardson Kelly. You could just let them know that you saw this on my show, and just let them know I sent them to you. And if you need information on that, email me or contact me. Facebook is a good way, north of Richmond. Yeah. If it's north of Richmond, it's going to be, if it's north of Richmond, it's probably going to be Boom Church. Get in contact with William Majors Brown. Okay. And contact both of them. Contact Richardson Kelly and Williams Majors Brown. And they're both on Facebook and YouTube. Flint, Michigan, you need to, if you're in the Flint area, you need to contact Ron Dalton. You're on his page. Well, no, you're not on his page. Yeah, if Flint, Michigan, that's you need to contact Ron Dalton. That's who you would contact. I need to hook up with some Hebrews in the Flint area. Yep. So Ron would be able to tell you that. Josh is stationed in Ron is in Detroit, but Ron knows everybody in that region because he's well connected. Okay, so that's why you need to contact Ron Dalton. Okay, and just let him know I sent him to you, because he knows. I'm real close with Ron. Matter of fact, I'm streaming across his channel now. And matter of fact, we're in the process of setting up a big debate with somebody big. We're trying to work through it. Like I said, in the Delaware area, it's going to be... okay, so I already talked to you about that. But yeah, Ron Dalton is who you got to link up with for the Detroit area. Okay, that's the connection there. You definitely want to, because he knows everybody in that region. Just like I said, if you link up with William Majors Brown, he could put you down with all the brothers and sisters in the region, in that region, that Delaware region, because Kevin Waters, he's in the truth. He lives in that area, and he's a good teacher. He's good on this thing. Mark, thank you. Ron Dalton is on Instagram. He's heaviest on Instagram. Hebrews to Negroes. Okay, he's on Facebook too, and he's also on. Here, let me pull. Here, I'll show y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so Kevin. All right. So I pull them up. And all these brothers, everybody I named, we're all tied in together. Like Kevin Waters is with Boom, and he's with Hebrew Nation Builders, and Ron Dalton's with Hebrew Nation Builders and Spiritual Combat and all that stuff. You know, all like-minded believers, similar doctrine. So here he is. This is him here. Okay. And like I said, Kevin Waters. So just get on Facebook. I'm gonna friend request him too. I didn't even realize I wasn't friend request. He did. He's not real. Recently he started on Facebook a lot. So definitely do that. So yeah, between Kevin Waters and Richardson Kelly and Boom Church, if you're in the North Richmond area, or if you're north of Richmond, they'll definitely be able to point you in some direction. And then I just saw brother on here who's with the Ark of New Jersey and Philly. So let me pull up their stuff real quick. These are the folks that are are meant to connect. So, which they're supposed to be launching this soon. I gotta contact them. If y'all see this, y'all with our meant to connect, y'all contact me to let me know what the status is on that database. But Elder Yezekiel Ben Yisrael. So can y'all see that? Go there. Just go here. Our meant to connect. Type that in the internet.com. Our meant to connect. It's all one word.com. And so these are all people in that area. Okay. All right. So Boca 2. I'm in. Okay. So somebody, Chanel put, Boca 2, she said, I'm in Newcastle, Delaware. I fellowship with the Ark. We meet in Philly. So there you go. And I didn't know Delaware. You know, I ain't gonna show my lack of geography skills, but y'all know where y'all live at. So yeah, so there you go. Those are some of the people you need to link up with if you wanna. And let me check my other the other spot I'm streaming at. Make sure y'all didn't put anything in there. Oh, y'all put a lot of stuff in there. Okay, would you know of anyone I could connect with in Memphis, Tennessee? Yes, I do. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. Hold on, let me pull up my map. I do know somebody in Memphis, Tennessee, but it jogs my memory. You know what? Let me put my email up here so y'all can email me this stuff so y'all know, y'all have a quicker way to get in contact with me. But let me pull up my map because Memphis, Tennessee. Dang. I was just talking to somebody. All right. Let's see what oh, okay. You sister, Memphis, where's Memphis at? In Tennessee. Yeah, I'm terrible on this stuff. You know who you could connect with, sis? And let me tell y'all this. Let me tell you something. Don't get caught up in a whole church model where you gotta be meeting with somebody every week. But you know, because something I try to do is because I live in Jacksonville, I fellowship with Boom. Sometimes I'll go down to Gainesville, which is an hour south of me, and we'll fellowship with the Bereans, which is another group. Sometimes we'll try to go up to Atlanta, fellowship with them up there in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So for the sister in Memphis, and this is the brother I was going to talk about earlier, is Judah Mack. Okay, let me pull him up. That's who you can fellowship with, because he is in, I want to say, Kentucky. But hold on, bear with me. And he used to be a high-ranking officer in the IUIC, and he just got out, and he's been building with us. Okay, he's in Louisville, Kentucky. Here, I'll pull him up. And this is a powerful brother. He's really growing in his truth. He could teach. You're going to see me doing a whole bunch of stuff with this brother, because we real like-minded in the way we teach and see things. But he's on Facebook. And there's Judah Mack. Okay? And he is in, what I say, Louisville, Kentucky. And let me see. So it looked like that's a little ways from you. Like it's like a 5-hour drive or whatever. But he was just telling me that there's a big meetup coming up here very soon in that area. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have him on the show to talk about it. Make sure, sister, make sure you said, I met with a guy in IUIC, but I couldn't wear pants. Yeah, he got out of IUIC. Matter of fact, he's going to be on the show this week discussing, bringing out some stuff. But link up, reach out to Judah Mack. Hey, all right, so William Majors is in there now. William Brown's on my Facebook now. So for you who was in Delaware or wherever it was, reach out to William Brown. So get on Facebook if you could, or go to his YouTube page, and he could send you to that. He could link you up with Kevin Waters. Okay. I'll come back to you in Delaware. A Major, tell me if and William, tell me if Kevin Waters, that's in the Delaware too, right? And then there was somebody who was saying that they need a place to go. They live in North Virginia, north of Richmond. So they wanted to know, are you covering that area? So just put that in the comments real quick. Okay. But yeah, so in that Kentucky area, and the thing is, if you link up with Judah Mack, if you're in that Memphis area, Judah Mack knows that whole region. Okay. So he knows Hebrews in that whole region. So he could point you in the right direction there. Okay. Let me see what else y'all are saying. Because that's a very important thing to get brothers and sisters linked up. Because I see, yeah, I wouldn't recommend jumping in that camp in IUIC. Okay, no, he's in D.C., Maryland, and North Carolina. Okay, so that's, let me look. Like I said, my geography skills are boo-boo. So he said Maryland, D.C., and North Carolina. Oh, okay. So William Brown said your best bet is if you're north of Richmond, your best bet is Richardson Kelly. So you should link up with Richardson Kelly. And like I said, it's not like you're gonna go there every single Saturday or whatever, every Shabbat. But you got to begin to build with brothers and get a physical meet 'em relationship, feel folks out. You'll see what I mean. It makes a big difference when you meet somebody in person and they know who you are. They felt you out, because there's a lot of crazy people on Facebook, so that if something does happen, or if you do need them, hey, they met you physically, they made that solid bond, that connection, and then you could go to their events. So yeah, you can go the Ark. They have a list of people. They do. And they're getting ready to publish that here soon. I'm working with them on that. Because, like I said, the whole purpose of their website, I'll read it. It says, we developed our Men to Connect to be a lifestyle resource to connect Hebrew individuals, communities, and businesses. So that's why they developed that. Do you know any brothers and sisters? All right, so let me, because y'all putting a lot of stuff. I know a lot of y'all are out there. I know a lot of y'all are just out there. You can go anywhere. Would you? All right. Yeah, I know. I know. I was secluded for a good part for a good period of time before I came into truth, and then you could get into some of these groups, and they're into all types of weird stuff. Half of them, you gotta ask them if they smoke weed first before you even ask them if they believe in Christ. You need, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the first two things you gotta ask. Do you believe in Christ? They be like, yeah. Do y'all smoke weed? They be like, that ain't in the book. It's part of our culture today, but it wasn't part of our biblical culture. Where we could get. So, and they want to get immersed in Delaware. So, let me see. Okay, so let me pull this down. Yeah, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody's comments, especially if they're asking for a place to link up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Spell his last name. Spell whose last name, Sister Yolanda? Whose last name? I put his profile up there. Judah Mack. Yeah, I put his profile up there. All right, Sister Yolanda, are you on Facebook? Go on Facebook and just go on there and message him. He'll definitely contact you back. And he's a good guy. Okay. So I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody's. If somebody was asking for recommendations. Okay. So here we have another one. Fredericksburg, VA. Again, that's going to be Richardson Kelly. Let me pull. Y'all need to get on Facebook. I know some of y'all don't got accounts, but y'all just need to get on there, at least reach out to these brothers. So I'm going to pull up Richardson Kelly. If you're in Fredericksburg, let's see where that's at on my map. Yeah, that's north of there. So, and that's 10 miles. That's 30 miles. Yeah, so you need to, you're definitely Richardson Kelly. So let me pull him up. And DC, you're close to DC too. So you could fellowship with both of them. So let me show you his thing. Richard. All right. So this is Richardson Kelly right here, website. Boom. All right, so this is Richardson Kelly. All right. He's on Facebook. All you gotta do is go in there and message him. Okay? Yeah, or she said just sign up with Messenger. And he's on Facebook. And he's on YouTube. So you can put something in the comments that you're interested. You live, put in the comments or message him somehow on YouTube. let me see if I can pull up his YouTube page. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Pass. Yeah, I see it. As God. So, yeah, he has. Yeah, here we go. He got a bunch of his information. I don't know. Okay, and he's updated it recently, so this is up to date. So here, this is on YouTube. Okay, the As God's Movement, and this is his page. Let me see what he got here. Make sure. Yep. Yeah. So you can reach out to him on here, or you go to his website, asgodsmovement.com, and just send him an email if you're in that Virginia area. And like I said, let's see. Camping. All right. Okay. You're about. I'm near Fredericksburg. Yes, I'm searching him now. About 50 miles, and you're near the D.C. area also. So, like Major said, you could reach out to Kevin Waters, and I showed you his Facebook profile. So, do you? Okay, let me switch back to my other. And making sure I'm covering all that. All right. Yep, Judah Mack. Yep. Like I said, I put his thing up there. Yeah, I put his what do you call it? His profile up there. That's the best way to contact him. I'm working with him. I'm helping. He's getting ready to launch his YouTube channel here soon, so you'll be hearing a lot more from him. All right. So yeah. So yeah. And like I said, if y'all ever got, you ever want to link up with folks, definitely, just by the nature of what I do, I know a lot of Hebrews far and wide, and in a very short term, we're gonna really put out there, where different groups are at, so y'all can link up no matter what state you're in. But just contact me, because like yesterday, a sister emailed me, and she was like, I was in Augusta, and somebody was telling me that there's a congregation right out here. Yeah, I was like, that's basically the home base of Rebirth, of Hebrew Nation Builders. So I hooked her up with Morris and all that, so she'll be good to go. All right. So anyway, so it says, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. And what's happened is, what I've learned recently is that I got to stop worrying about where other people might be off at, or where they're doing. Because I noticed myself, I was focusing on stuff that other people were doing that I didn't agree with, and that might be considered off. But on the same note, they're yielding fruit. They're waking people up. They're bringing people into the truth. But they're working in their gift. Albeit, to me, and from what my understanding, they might not be doing it perfectly, but they're yielding fruit. That's how I know it's of the same Lord. And God worketh all in all. So you can see the Most High, you can see the Spirit working through them. Everybody ain't perfect. They got some areas where they might be off and all that. But you see the Most High in it. Okay? And that was something, that was a deep realization that I had, that what I need to do is focus, because if I'm sitting there, why are they doing that? This, that, the other. And I'm dwelling on that. I'm wasting my energy, my time, my calling, and my spiritual gift, and where the Most High has me at. I'm wasting time worrying about what they doing when they bringing stuff in. They doing the Most High's work. They're serving a purpose. A lot of times, because we're in the early stages of our wake up, they might not be serving the purpose to the most efficient, fullest extent in their ignorance or whatever it is. But that's not my calling to call that out, to create dissension in that and all that stuff like that. And this is a realization I had very recently. I'm talking about in the past couple days. And what I put up here is, and this is something I see all through the Hebrew community. And what I put up is, I gotta stay in my lane. I can't be swerving. I can't be worrying about some other car in their lane. I gotta stay in my lane. You know, because I see a lot of, people worrying about other people's lane and questioning them, me being one of them. When if I stay in my lane and do what I'm supposed to do, and what I realize is me staying in my lane and focusing on me driving straight edifies and bring the people around me in the other lanes. And I'm like, well, the Lord put me in this lane where I'm at to help folks in other lanes. It was a heavy realization. It's so simple, but it's like, on the same note, it's kind of, it was complicated coming to it. It's like, hey, just stay focused. Don't get caught up in what other folks are doing, because my calling is blessing those that He put me around. And then the people that the Most High put them around, their calling is helping those people that they're around. And what I noticed, a spirit that goes on among Hebrews, and I was getting sucked into it myself, is getting too worried about what other folks are doing in their lane. And then, and I'm repenting of it. It's like getting too worried what other folks are doing in their lane. And then I'm not being as efficient as I could be. You see what I'm saying? Helping folks out. And I know the dried bones scripture where it said, it's not, okay, boom, we wake up and we hit the ground running. No, it's just like when you wake up in the morning, you like, you lay there for a couple minutes. You might doze back off, get back up. You might slowly get up. You don't just jump up. You might have blow your heart up or something, blow your head, go crazy, or whatever. You don't just jump up out of bed though. And all that blood start rushing. That's not healthy. So if we don't stay in our lanes and think about it. See this, let's do it better. This car right here. If this car started worrying about what this little car back here doing, and he all in his rear view mirror looking like, hey, what's that car back there? Why they swerve? Why is car red? And they stay in their mirror, they might miss something, run into a truck, cause an accident, and jam up the whole highway. And that's what happens in the Hebrew Israelite community. Shalom, brother Eli. He put, when we swerve, we cause others to swerve to avoid our getting out of the lane. Man, that's good. That's good, Eli. That's good, man. Yeah, So, and yeah, we all struggle with it, but it's part of our growth process, because I realized me getting caught up in that, it just hinders stuff I gotta do. And like, I'm gonna tell you, man, right now, shoot, I'm so busy with what I got going on right now and what I'm working on, that I don't got time. Like, if you really doing this work, you ain't got time to worry about other folks and what they doing. And this is why it spread in the Hebrew community. Okay? And it's like, you see people where the Most High is using them in specific areas. And again, in my understanding, what I see according to biblical prophecy, yeah, we might not be operating in those areas that he has us in to our, there's growth that has to happen. It's a wake-up process. Certain bones are to be joined to certain bones. But the arm bone, and I don't know the name of bones and all that, but the arm, this bone, ain't supposed to be joined to the foot bone. Okay? But understand that, hey, the foot, that's what its purpose is. And okay, that's what it's over there doing. But I'm not worrying about it. I got to be the arm. I got to be grabbing stuff and worrying about that. The thigh bone ain't supposed to be joined where the rib goes. They don't got nothing to do with each other on that level. So understanding that. And I'm telling you, it's like, it's so easy to get caught up on that. Cause I did, and it's like, and there's some bones. It's like, it's being able to step back and understand people's purpose and what they're doing. And look, when you really get down to the nitty gritty, you ain't gonna be able to reach people you ain't gonna be able to reach a hardened thug who's a drug dealer and might have murdered people. The ISUPK and some of these camps are designed for that. Like, they can actually connect with these people. I can't. I done tried before, and I was not in my element. My lane. I'm not look at what I'm putting up. And I'm not saying everybody's operating in their lane perfectly. Some of them are swerving a little. But like Elias said, if somebody's swerving, look at that car right there. He doing a lane change though, If you do the lane change correctly, then you're going to be fine. If you start swerving, you're going to cause other cars to swerve. It's like, hey, they doing what they do. I'm not connected to that bone because I see both extremes in the ministry. So I see brothers, their ministry don't have nothing to do with ISUPK and camps and all that stuff like that. I see certain ministries that have nothing to do with each other, but I'll tell you this, because there's something else going on. I see ministries that have nothing to do with each other, and because they have nothing to do with each other, they like calling each other out or whatever. They're like, oh, that's that. But I see how both of them are yielding fruit. Like I said, the reason I'm saying this is because I was guilty of it. I saw where I was beginning to fall into that mindset. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all right. So like I said, the body, there's all types of different parts. I pulled up that little gear thing. For instance, Judah Mack. Let's talk about him real quick. He was a high-ranking officer in the IUIC. He was very popular. Like, you ask anybody in IUIC, they know who he is. And he ended up getting out. And he wrote it off as, hey, that was a chapter in his life. But now he's grown into better things. Me personally, after doing a lot of talking with him, I see how the Most High is going to use him. I'm going to let him put that out there, though. But a very sincere brother. He's really growing in this truth. Matter of fact, he actually because I had talked to him while I was at Sukkot down there in DeLand, Florida, and he was just saying he had like shut down, and what he had did after I talked to him, because he was beginning to go through the Bible and compare everything he had been taught to what the word says, and just questioning everything that had been taught to him, like you're supposed to do. And he was coming up with some big stuff. And right before he talked to me, like he talked to me and he told me that. And then I was like, wow, I was just encouraging him. And got off the phone with him. And then I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks. I called him. He wouldn't answer. I didn't hear nothing. What happened is his mind started opening up so much that, he just said, you know what? I got to go on. Basically did a sabbatical at his house. He just spent the days going through that word and just having he called a second rebirth, a second awakening. And let me show you this. This is good here. Y'all gonna like this. This is what he did. He did, see this car back here? I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me make it bigger. He did this. This is all he did right here. He did a lane change. He put his blinker on and switched lanes. Boom. And got in that lane. And he's in that lane. He ain't swerving. He just in there. He doing. The brother is a very transparent brother and very sincere. He's a good guy. Definitely check him out, man. But it's just, and he, like, why, because me and him be feeding off each other now. Like he said he watched my video, that inspired him to do a video. Then I watched his video, and that inspired me to do this teaching. But definitely check him out. But it's just important that what I noticed is a lot of, and this was what was happening with me. I look at somebody's, it's like you come at people like, what are our differences? Like that's their approach. Where are they off at? Instead of looking at, okay, where are they working at in the body? They got a street ministry. Do they have a church ministry to bring people out of churches? Do they have, like me, a relationship, character building ministry? Or do they have a, like Ron Dalton, a historical, archaeological, scientific, type ministry, And like I said, it's like I've seen some Hebrews out there, they out there doing shows, just downing people because they ain't doing exactly what I'm doing, Everybody can't be a finger. Everybody can't be an eye. This is something I always say. But you got people, they're a foot, okay? That's their calling, to be a foot. And they see that you're an eye. Oh, man, you weak, man. You got to be harder than that. You can't be round. You can't be soft. How you going to walk? So they want you to put your eyeball, they want that eyeball to be a foot. As soon as you step on it, and if you put your foot in your eye, you're just going to be looking like an idiot. You ain't going to be seeing nothing. So it's like a lot of ignorance in the Hebrew community. And I was beginning to get sucked into a lot of that, And I realized, dude, if I you just play out the logical end of it. If I get sucked into all this, it's like I ain't going to be able to operate in my daggone calling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be able to operate in what I was called to do. So what is it? It's just a distraction. It's just folks operating in the curses, And I mean, it seems so simple, but it's really, and it is simple. It's just the deception, because this is the other thing that made me get up here and want to repent about it. Is I was like, dude, this is me subtly getting sucked back in to, it said, come out of her, my people. And this is me getting sucked back into Mystery Babylon the Great's, whatever you want to call that. You know what I'm saying? it's me getting subtly deceived and sucked back into it. And so many Hebrews operate in the revised Roman Empire culture of division, you know, in the Hebrew Israelite community. You know, I see it, you know, and that's might be one of my other calls to address it directly. Like, hey, call that brother up. Hey, man, look, this, that, and the other. You know, we don't got nobody else but ourselves. Like, I had to realize that yesterday. Like, I was like, man, I don't care. You know, this brother believe in Yahusha. He believe in the word. You're like, we need him. I'm gonna need him. You're gonna need everybody. Like, we're all we got. And watch. If you think I'm playing, watch this next election. I'm not talking about the midterms. When this presidential election come, brother, folks gonna really be showing their face. They FedExing bombs right now. Because that's why I was saying, brother, when you put that in there, that it looked like the list of people, Robert De Niro and Biden, like it looked like it was a Republican sending them to Democrats, you know, a conservative sending them to liberals, you know. This thing is getting ready it's this nation beginning to break apart. Just like when Rome ended, it was division. And what you see happening in the Hebrew Israelite community is folks getting tired of the bickering and the separation and division. Matter of fact, a brother contacted me and he said he don't want his name to be attached to it because a lot of people like, well, who'd that come from? And they won't do it. But he called for, hey, we need to do a day of fasting for unity, because there's so much division and drama and crap going on in the Hebrew Israelite community. So he told me, call for that and just get it out and don't attach it to anybody, because dudes be like set banging, like they Crips and Bloods out here, and it's just our oppressor's mindset, you know. So we're gonna be calling for that, because I'm telling you, like, spiritual combat, like I told y'all earlier, by the nature of what I do, I see the division and all the separation that be happening. And it'd be like silly stuff. It'd be kindergarten type stuff, like high school type stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm looking to see how what I do can help someone out, and how what they can do can help me out, so we can build each other up and rise together. Hey man, that's real good, Marcus. Because that was something else I want to talk about is, I was talking to Judah Mack yesterday, and we were talking about how it's key, what a lot of our brothers and sisters don't do is look at what their spiritual gift is. Where are you gifted at? And a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know where their spiritual gift is at, and then some people know where their spiritual gift is at, or where they're talented and gifted at, but they don't perfect it or not perfect it, hone it in, you know what I'm saying, and focus in on it. And, you know, so you got a lot of people, they like, here, look, let me go back to my picture. A lot of people is just changing lanes a whole bunch. And the more they change lanes, the more they get behind, and they're slowing traffic down because they changing lanes, and they don't know where they're supposed to be riding at. They don't even know where they're going. And that hurts. Like, it's like, this is not the Bible, and this whole thing we're building a nation. This isn't the Black Hebrew Israelite show where, okay, Mike gets up here and performs, and I just sit back and watch. And this is, instead of watching HBO or Showtime, I watch Spiritual Combat. Or I watch, Boom Church. Or I watch, Hebrew nation builder. This ain't that. This is, hey, what could I do to get involved with that thing? You know what I'm saying? And how could I help out? All right. So Maid said, watch it out. You beginning to sound like a Christian with the spiritual gifts talk. Yeah, it's well, worded correctly is, what's your job? What lane are you in? Where are you called to be working at in our nation? Like, what's your job in our nation? But yeah, hold on one sec. Somebody. Okay. So yeah, that is, that's definitely what needs to happen. All right, let's see what y'all saying. So Shalom from Zimbabwe. Okay. Our home language, Shauna, is similar to Hebrew language. And so words have direct same meaning with Hebrew. In fact, all Bantu language is South Africa. Wow. That's awesome. I did not know that. And we got some things, that's part of what I've been so busy with. We got some things going on with Africa and with China, some big things I'm working on to where we're going to be, reaching them. So, and all that information will be coming out soon. So, all right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything because I've been talking. I ain't been following the comments. That's all right. So let's see what we got here. All right. Okay, so it says, please check it out. That's but I saw that I was totally turned off by that type of rhetoric. I did not totally discount their message. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something with cause this I'm gonna just tell y'all, like, what I do, the way I look at stuff. I listen. I watch like, I discern by their actions, by their fruit. You'll know them by their fruit. So I don't necessarily, like with the camps, for instance, I don't sit there and just listen with how they say stuff because they're out there yelling, or sometimes they'll say things and all that. I don't just write them off from surface observation. I actually get in there, look around. I know people who are in there and watch what they do, operate, what's really going on, and look below the surface. And then I see what's going on. And what I found is a lot of what people try to put on certain camps, because these camps out here differ. I'd say they differ to the point of it'd be the equivalent of a Christian from a Hebrew. Like, that's the difference in the way some of these camps operate, but people don't know it because they just look at how they operate on the corner sometimes. But I've actually dug into some of them. Some of them are off. Some of these camps are like 90% off. The 10% is that they hold the Bible in their hands. You know what I'm saying? That's the only similarity that I can relate to with them. And then some of them are spot on. You know what I'm saying? But again, they're totally different part of the body. And for a lot of us, they're not a bone or anything we got anything to do with. They like the feet or something like that. But what we do have to understand is, to people that live in these neighborhoods where there's murder, where the bulk of our people are at, where there's oppression, the heaviest oppression of us as a nation happens in the poor black neighborhoods. And they have now recognized that, yeah, a lot of black people that grow up in these neighborhoods and communities, whatever, have PTSD. Like they've been in warfare. They look at their minds, and their minds look like somebody who was in the Vietnam War. like they've been through the same or more levels of stress. People in the military talk about, now they try to keep that low key, that the best warriors are these brothers coming out of the hood. Because they out there in the battlefield, they feel like they at home on the block. Only difference is they eating better. And they don't have to, and the gun work better. You know what I'm saying? So understand that it takes a certain type of person to reach these people. But that's, like I said, being willing, seeking to understand and then to be understood. See, we seek to be understood and then we'll try to understand you. That's what happens out there in the Hebrew Israelite community. But you got to seek first to understand, then to be understood. Yeah, so for me, I have 2 or more witnesses to back up the word. Okay, should see something from me soon if it be in the Creator's will. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to, like the brother said, develop the skill and hone it to a sharp edge for Yah. A lot of brothers and sisters out there in this truth are just walking around with blocks of steel. You know, they ain't even fashioned them into swords yet. You know, it's just a raw material. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anyway, with that said, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just want to put that out there. Y'all tune in to Judah Mack, Milk in the Morning on Facebook, because he's getting ready to come on at 7 o'clock. You know, I didn't want to step on him with my broadcast. That's why, you know, but definitely go check him out and you'll see what I'm talking about. He literally talks about the same stuff I talk about, and he's, I'll just say it, man, the brother way more well-versed in the scripture than me, because he go right through it, you know. So, but definitely check him out, because what I do, I put his messages on, and we watch him as a family, a lot of his teachings, because they're just so balanced, they're so digestible. So definitely check him out. Like I said, William Majors was on the live, so contact him if you want to know about those areas you were asking about. And definitely contact me. That's something else I'm gonna put together. Is something to link folks up. I definitely gotta reach out to these people about this. About the what do you call it? The are meant to connect. I gotta see where they're at with that. They should be releasing it soon, because trust me, I get a lot of requests for, hey, where are these Hebrews at? You know, where, you know, some Hebrews in my area. But yeah, so anyway, with that said, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and what I'm gonna do is take it out with my favorite worship music. It's called Cut 'em Up, Build 'em Up. Shalom, y'all.
Bring it out. First we go. Cut 'em up, cut 'em up, cut 'em up. There we go. Build 'em up, build 'em up. Yeah, there we go. Break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down. There we go. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Cut 'em up, cut 'em up, cut 'em up. There we go. Build 'em up, build 'em up, build 'em up. There we go. Break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. If you don't know me, I stay with them OGs. RSRAELITE, chosen seed. Original God, so bright that you can't even see me. When I open my view, blinded like I got a mouth full of gold teeth. We cut them up, then we let them know. Building them up, they go wide and show. And then good, we ain't no more. We stomped his ass right through the flow. 12 tries, I'm calling out. Yelling repent with a big shot. Time to realize that you've been sodomized with all the lies. First we go. Cut 'em up, cut 'em 'em up.